Did you know there's other types of video games in the world besides racing games? It came as a shock to me too, but apparently there's hundreds of them, and they're very popular. This one, called Age of Empires, sees you combine a thriving medieval economy with cunning military tactics to wipe your opponents off the face of the earth. And this little known game, called Minecraft, lets your imagination run wild as you're given the freedom to build whatever you like. Here's a small town I threw together earlier today. But why, on a channel called Old Racing Games, am I bringing this up? Well, partly because I fancy doing something a little bit different, but also because I wanted to see if you can find hidden racing games within non-racing games. Let's start with Minecraft as we're still looking at it. I've built 2 racing tracks within this town, a proper one and an oval. They're both magnificent, I'm sure you'll agree, and, as you can see, we can quite easily race pigs around them. Wow! Okay, I never promised there'd be amazingly exciting racing games within these, but they're definitely here. Age of Empires 2, you can build your own track within the scenario editor and voila, you can stage the Feudal Age Grand Prix. Ever wondered what was faster between a scout cavalry and a battering ram? Now we can find out! Cool. Here's a popular game at the moment, Call of Duty Warzone. To give it a really basic introduction, you're thrown out of a plane into a deserted town where you have to run around, collect weapons, and shoot the snot out of everyone else you come across. I've played a lot of this during lockdown, and I have to say I'm getting pretty good. In fact, over the last 6 months or so, I've racked up several kills. My strategies normally involve stealthily running along the edge of the map with the gas normally tickling my bumhole, trying to find somewhere sneaky to hide, such as this often forgotten about watchtower near the quarry, where I can climb up and get instantly shot. On the rare occasions I make it out of the gulag, I continue hiding by parachuting straight into a bush, or I might jump onto a vehicle and do laps to baffle the enemy soldiers. When that inevitably fails, I go back to hiding, perhaps run towards some rocks, and get instantly shot again. Right, that's a typical playthrough for me. So how do you make a first-person shooter into a racing game? In fact, it's quite easy on Warzone, because in the corner of the map there is a proper race circuit. It's only a little one designed for go-karts, but I'm not picky, a track's a track. Conveniently, if you jump straight down to it from the plane, there's a quad bike sat ready waiting for you, so you can climb on, and it's lights out and away we go. Obviously, unless some other pillock decides not to play Warzone properly and does the same thing, you're not going to have much competition, so the game I've turned this into is, how many laps can you complete before you get killed? Sadly on this attempt I can already see the track isn't inside the safe zone, so it's not going to be long before the gas arrives. Happily, however, I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around and, besides the noise from the engine, the beating of my heart is the only sound, so we shouldn't get shot. The gas is here, I'm in the process of dying, and it looks like we'll finish with a total of that many laps. That's a good benchmark, I guess. There's different vehicles you can try this with, as long as you can find them and get them to the track safely. There's an added challenge you don't get in most racing games. I've gone for a buggy here, but to my horror there's another bloke on the other side of the road. Well, he's not there for long. Better just make sure he's dead. Anyway, onwards to the track. We're in the safe zone this time, so I should be able to rack up the laps endurance style. It's a bit like Le Mans really, except at Le Mans the spectators don't usually try and shoot the drivers. The gas has got me again in the end, but that was a much more successful run. Only having one circuit is a bit crap for a racing game though, but don't worry because Warzone has 2. There's an off-road course near the airport, which for this attempt I took the Jeep around. Unfortunately my presence didn't go unnoticed here, and one persistent fellow kept firing rounds at me until eventually the car blew up. Very unsporting, I'll be having a word with the stewards. Got fed up of those 2 tracks? Then why not create your own street circuit? There's an extensive downtown area empty of regular traffic just begging to be turned into the new Monaco or Macau. Here's the route I've gone for, but there's almost limitless variations you could make, as long as you can remember your own track layout and stick to it. Again, there were plenty of seemingly disgruntled and heavily armed spectators around, but the truck I'm using is a pretty hefty beast and can take a lot of gunshots. This track I've invented has got some pretty nifty features. There's one particular tight left-hander where you have to avoid the derelict bus, which is a bit of a unique challenge. Fancy some other types of racing? Well, in Warzone you're not just limited to circuit driving. Want to test your off-roading abilities? Why not try a hill climb? Do you prefer something a little cooler? Ice drifting can be pretty fun. Looking to keep things simple? Start a drag race along the airport runway. Warning, this can end in death. Or you can have a go at something you probably won't see in any other racing game. The quad bikers sent up a block of flats and getting stuck inside a bathroom challenge. This one is a bit niche, I grant you. I'd love to know what that guy was thinking when he stumbled across this. So there you go. Despite what you might think, Warzone is not the Battle Royale first-person killfest everyone thought. It's actually a comprehensive racing simulator of endless possibilities. I wonder how easy it would be to turn Formula 1 into a first-person shooter.
Look what the fuck that idiot did. I'm going to hit someone.